Hey there, Scorpio community. Soul Tigress here with a story for this wonderful community. Now, I'm not sure what's supposed to come out, but I'm picking up a vibe in the frequency. And I tell you what, there right away, it's really weird. It was very interesting when it came about. But it's an energy, and I quote, it's something like, I want to know, but I don't want to know at the same time. So there's definitely some Scorpio over here in this story who is a little worried about what the truth could be to something. And then there is some wrist pain going on. I don't know why, but definitely could be on the right side. I don't know if anybody's working in an office. Definitely keep up on office ergonomics. If you work with your hands a lot, keep up on those ergonomics and stretching. Then there's sensations of hot, heat, like overheated. Something's overheated. There's something that's overstimulating, and it's hot. And then that Nelly song, the one was like, batter up, I'm the first to swing. So what is it? What is it that Scorpio needs to swing away on? There's questioning though. Things, people, something's on the sneaks. Then there's a sense of lightheadedness. Almost like airheaded. And it was really weird when this came on. It was like almost a disconnection between self and between the mind. Of being like conscious of self. It's almost like as if self is trying to lift up and go. I don't understand what that one's meaning. It definitely brings on a sense that there isn't much groundedness that's happening in this frequency. And it's put somebody almost feeling like they're outside of themselves. Boundaries. That's a big one. That's something that's probably going to be, that's needing to be set to help bring in that stability, bring in that groundness. And there's something that's on repeat. Maybe this is where the Scorpio in this story is at, why they're so feeling disconnected with themselves, is they feel like there's something on repeat. And it keeps happening, and every time it happens or every time they replay it, it's always in slow motion. And does it have to tie with what I was bringing in earlier with I want to know, but I don't want to know? What the guys had thrown in right away, what I was interpreting from them. Because remember, a lot of this is the other energies. I'm just here interpreting the stuff. So let's go ahead and find out. Usually I do what's the tea as a bonus, but I'm being guided by y'all ancestors for this frequency. It's time. It's time some stuff gets spilled. So let's go ahead and start with the introduction. What needs to come out? Well, something's hooked. And it's in the emotions. Maybe something that's been deep rooted. That's hard to touch on. All right, what else needs to come out? Something that we don't see. Bad habits, drug addictions, toxicities. But guess what? This comes out in reverse. Maybe there is a Scorpio who's still hooked onto their past mistakes. Not seeing how hard that they're working right now. Look at as I say that. Jackpot. Come on, only people who work for it usually get it. It's the same when you play them lottery tickets. You got to play to win. So somebody's been playing and they're winning, but they're still seeing their old selves. Look at that. Same stuff, different day. It's really not. Not when it comes down to the old you versus the new you. And you know what? What you don't see is how to move on. How to say goodbye. Goodbye. Could it be to the guilt? Could it be to the shame? When it comes to your past mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, Scorpio. And who the hell is triggering you? Who is poking at you? They ain't nobody. They's doing it on purpose. They's a sneak. Trust your intuitions. Trust when you're given a sign that's trying to help remind the Scorpio in this story of how far you have come. And with the cyberbully, it says you are being bullied online, or they has suffered from it, etc. And this could be done in some passive aggressive stuff. Definitely you'll have family members react to being treated a certain way, friends, co-worker, anybody that you interact with. If you offend them, they definitely could drop something on social media that's definitely calling somebody out in a passive aggressive or nonchalant kind of way. And if you feel like there's somebody who's always poking at you with that right away, I wouldn't even bother with them. Like, honestly, they just want to make sure that you don't feel like you're in your power. That's what I'm feeling like is coming out with this situation. Maybe you want to know, but you don't want to know. And this questioning is coming from because you don't know how to say goodbye to them. If you go ahead and take in your power, what are they gonna think? But maybe this is why you're supposed to swing away and still hit your home runs, so you can get to all those bases and score. Man, forget the rest. If they're not on your team trying to help you, then bye. What did they say on Friday? Bye, Felicia. For real, though. You're allowed to win, too. Even if you have a past. I have a past. We all have pasts. If you don't have a past, then you don't have resilience. There you go, right there. So let's go ahead and see what's going to come out for the present. What needs to come out for the present? I have the Wheel of Fortune. And what it lands on is the High Priestess. And reverse. So here's that Wheel of Fortune and High Priestess. All right. So with that being said, it's giving yourself some kind of justice. Justice in seeing what it is that you can gain from letting this situation go. How it is that you're going to boss up within yourself. And it's just not going to be someone else spinning you around on their wheel. Because it lands over here, same shit, different day. It's being that hooked on that past mistakes. And how those past mistakes have you spinning around on somebody else's wheel when they choose to bring it up. Let's go ahead And as I say that, I have the Four of Needles. This is Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck, if you haven't gotten the hint. Yeah, the people that are bullying you, they just want to keep you stuck. They want to keep you not being able to create something more. Because a lot of Four of Swords energy is stuck. Here comes the Magician. It definitely could be a few of them. And these few could be looked at as somebody who hasn't had as many mistakes. And that they're supposed to be so much better. But I don't know. This reminds me of Pinocchio. And remember with Pinocchio how his nose grew every time that he told a lie. And look at, there's an accomplice here. So definitely there could be more than one of them trying to heckle at you to keep you stuck. This could be work, this could be family, this could be wherever this Scorpio frequents. Hobbies. Yeah. They're full of jokes and they're full of themselves. Look at that. They play a lot of tricks. The Page of Needles. And this one did come out in reverse. So these people themselves, they don't even have it all together. They don't even have their plan right. They don't even get along that well. Whereas Jacques and everyone, I can't remember all their names, they got along. They were able to put the plan together to go kidnap the Santa Claus. But here, they wouldn't be able to do that. They'd be going in two different directions. There would be too many people trying to be the boss, stuff like that. So this could be like you're dealing with a bluffing energy here. That's what I'm getting. This reminds me of a situation. I had a boss at one time who was very overruling in the work environment. But when it came to their home life, they really didn't have any control like what they did at the work environment. So they overcompensated. So this is the kind of vibe I'm getting from whoever the cyberbully is, whoever this one who tells some lies or maybe gossips about you with their little henchmen there. They don't even have it together themselves. All right. Anything else want to come out for the present? The Hierophant. Yeah, this came out in reverse. They're upside down on their own traditions, even in their own beliefs. This would have been this character when his head is spinning out and he doesn't know how to handle anything right there. That is them. That is why they are over on you, trying to be up all in your business. Here we go. We have that Eight of Candles right there. See that? All up in your business. Let's go ahead and light up what Scorpio's been doing. Let's light up who Scorpio has been. Alright, so we got quite a few coming out at once. So as we're lighting up, what Scorpio doesn't see is this Six of Cups right here. This has to do with giving. Giving more than one type of gift. When we have an Emperor in reverse, I have the Ten of Needles. How this is very interesting. Okay. Because the Ten of Needles, that's the ultimate betrayal. The Emperor doesn't have anything together, but they're trying to sell you like they got it together. That's what it is. This Six of Cups has to deal with the facade of it looking like one thing, but it could be totally another thing. And what I have here that we don't see is a King of Candles. What Scorpio isn't seeing is this combative person, this very fiery, like, how would I put it? This fiery, merciless kind of energy. This one that's gonna like swoop you up and engulf you, have you overworking, is kind of behind the scenes spinning that wheel, I feel like, on you. But let's go ahead and get a clarification card. I'm curious about the Six of Potions here still. Can I get a clarification card on the Six of Potions? Some more stuff that the Scorpio is not seeing in this story that has to do with this person that doesn't have it together. Yeah, this person, they're stuck. They're stuck. They have their own insecurities that they're dealing with. The clarification right here is they lack the strength to fight for their point of view. They're unrealistic and able to communicate with others on a project. They are creating the conflict that is holding up the progress. Prepare or update your will so it would be prepare for them for their termination. They might be out the door. People might be seeing who they are. There is going to be changes in their affairs. Conflict continues to dominate their life. Like I said, they don't have it together themselves. And then we got this person. Someone is trying to cheat them. Maybe even use illegal means to take something from them. They're not trusting anyone at this time. And this is going to be in like any kind of information, anything that they're projecting. And this is also going to have to tie into their financial accounts. So they're going to really overcompensate in those areas as well. They're on the guard right now. They're just really on the guard. They're feeling like everyone is against them. They're watching out for deceitful, dishonest people. And they, right now, are just really paranoid of everyone around them. And they're not going to underestimate their opponents. They feel like there's a lot of people who could be out to get them. And they just feel like any minute now, they can lose it. Whatever it is that's happening for them, whatever the image is, whatever they're trying to hold on to, this is all that they're dealing with, but they're taking out on this Scorpio. All right, so they're also feeling exhausted, low energy, lethargic, mental dullness. So they can't even come up with ideas on their own. They are over-involved and need to choose between many commitments. Oh yeah. Loss of enthusiasm and interest in the very things that have made them happy. Material success doesn't make them happy. No, because right now it's too expensive for them. So right now this person is going through something financially. They're going through something financially. It could be also something that's really tied to their image, or they're on the edge of it. And for some reason, they want to keep messing with the Scorpio in this community because you are having it together. You're moving through your stuff. Now, where this is affecting you is that how they are triggering you and how you're reacting to those triggers. That's what it is. Because all they're doing is trying to deflect from their own personal problems. We got that clarification right there. That person, Alright, so what is it for the block? What is it that's blocking Scorpio in this story from moving forward? What is it? I'm going to tell you right now, Scorpio, in this story, it really doesn't have anything to do with you. It really doesn't. I feel like Scorpios, I've mentioned it before, y'all could be like the guardian angels of the zodiac signs. You just want to see and help people. A lot of the alignments, the people that you come across, you just want to have good intentions for them. You know, you want to see the best of them. You know, you want to see sturdy foundations. But a lot of times those sturdy foundations have fell through. And a lot of times it's left your world, left you confused about your world. How to be passionate again. How to even have that drive. How even to want to take that dance with something new, someone new, or even a new way of going about things. You get stuck in feeling like because of what has happened in your past, you are not, the word I'm hearing to say is savable. But what I want to say is you feel like you're not worthy enough to take off those past patches, that past jacket, that past position that you played in life. That past position was one that had you lost. It was lost in some sauce. But everybody goes through it. Everybody has their own way of facing different things. And a lot of people can't even face what they're doing. And what I gather with this one, they can't even face what they're doing. If they were actually paying attention to their stuff in all reality and trying to do their lessons, because each of us have our own missions in life, then this person's outcome would be different right now. They wouldn't be focused on you. But there's something that you're doing because you got this jackpot here. You're winning. You are winning, even though it seems in this story that you're not winning because we're highlighting this person. But this could be about how this new moon in Virgo plays into this frequency. Being able to give to yourself. Being able to make sure that you're still taking care of yourself. And one of the things is, you don't need to pay attention to the theatrics of dark energy. These low frequency energy. You pay attention to the theatrics, they're going to keep doing tricks for you. They'll keep putting on a show of make-believe for you. Even though you can't see they don't got it together, because that show, that trick, the lights and all that, that's what's shining the brightest. When you get more conscious, when you get more connected with yourself, what somebody else's game, I mean, it's gonna be like smelling shit on somebody's shoe, excuse my language. You're gonna be able to detect it a mile away. And the whole thing is, sometimes for Scorpio community, the way you guys feel the energy around you is very intense. And again, y'all are such like a guardian angel of energy at times that you like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And maybe sometimes that gets translated in you taking it out on yourself. But forget that person. That person's nobody. And you know what? Faulty foundations are faulty foundations. If you're gonna dance, are you always just gonna do the one dance, or are you gonna end up learning more dances and more dances, more skills, more new things? And it sometimes means you're not going with that crowd. Not going with that crowd. Letting go of that ego. Because the crowd will definitely poke at one's ego. Maybe a transformation right here. Because right now, Scorpio is not at one with the forgiveness of the past. So letting that ego that's so hard on the past, Scorpio, letting that ego go. I'm curious. 9 of Coins. It's done. It is done. There's no fruit here. There is no fruit here. And what remains in that past are just some low frequency people. Low frequency people, low frequency activities, low frequency ideas, low frequency things. It's a thing of the past. It is a thing of the past. And seeing that you're able, this is beautiful. Maybe you're able to get off that wheel. Get to your wish fulfillment. Seeing that this person is just going to do the same stuff every day to try and bring you down. But believing again that you could have what you're looking for with sturdy foundations, with partnerships, with relationships. It could be with people. It could be with friends. It could be with work. Could be with family members. A lot of different variables. All right. What else would like to come out for the block for the Scorpio community? Releasing the confusedness. Releasing the confusedness on how this person plays on your emotions. How they try to act like they come in. And they come in as like a big energy, like they provide something, like they oversee so much, like they know so much, they do so much, but they really don't do that much. They really haven't been progressing like what you've been doing. I'm hearing there's no comparison between you and them. They could even hold, like, say, a higher position, a higher title in whatever kind of environment. But honestly, if you're going on the road of oneness, enlightenment, one of love and compassion, one that is a path that the material goods cannot buy, one that is achieved through self-love, then I would say you are further on that path than what they are. That's what that's speaking to me. And that's why there's a big difference. There's just a big difference. There's a big difference in what they project versus what you project. I seen something on Instagram that said a person can only meet you as far as they've met themselves. And that goes on a lot of different spectrums, realms, areas of our life. That really does. All right. Anything else want to come out for the block? The Ace of Wands. Releasing. I feel like releasing those old contracts, those old passions, the things that felt like they burnt up in the end. You're trying to carry the past stuff. You're trying to carry the stuff that you're trying to do now. And this is what's overheating. It doesn't give you time to focus on your immediate journey. It's almost like somebody, and this is what I'm getting an image of right now. It's as if somebody has this packed, and there's so much packed into it that it's heavy, it's wobbly, but it's not all the way secure. So every time somebody's taking a step, stuff's falling out. So you're having to go back, pick it up, put it in the pack, but guess what? Something else fell out. And guess what? We're going to have to go pick that up. And it's like that repeating cycle there of always having to pick up the same thing and not feeling like you're getting very far. Well, then I would say at this point with that block is taking a stop, taking that pack off, giving yourself permission to take that pack off and unpacking it, seeing what it is that you actually need, seeing what it is that you don't need. This is where that full moon in Pisces plays a role, is because the Piscean energy is one of mother and child, but it's also one of masculine and feminine energy. Both represent two different perspectives. And with the symbol, the fish are actually supposed to be tied and swimming away from each other. So with the Piscean energy is, how can you create this development, this progress, but at the same time be compassionate, be accepting of the journey, being accepting of what you have, being accepting of who you are, and being able to explore and develop that even more in the ways that you're wanting to go. Oh wow, this is so beautiful, Scorpio energy. Oh, makes you want to tear up a little bit. I'm hearing one more. Let's go. One more. What is the last card? Yeah, this Queen of Swords. It's just confirming it. This Queen of Swords lands on all this person. You're going to deal with those sharp energies who always feel like they're out to prove a point. You notice? Very big point. I feel like this person is just overcompensating. Whatever the same cycle is that you could be dealing with when it comes to this person, it could be something that's repeating itself. But this person got their own problems. They're just overcompensating. Once you get past your past and seeing how much you're winning right now with yourself and the way that you're trying to go, your intentions, this person ain't gonna be able to touch you. Their opinions will not matter. I'll give you an example. I don't really argue with people. I'll give my opinion, yes, but I won't really argue with a person, because at that time I can see when somebody is just reacting and nobody's gonna get anywhere. And when you get into that just reacting, it's literally like two siblings fighting, and one's trying to make another feel the way that they feel, and it's going back and forth. At that time, it's not worth it. It really is not worth it. And I feel like when you're able to become conscious of when somebody is just trying to poke at you, and you can move past whatever they're trying to trigger and hold that confidence in how you are walking on your path, how you have made changes. You have made so many changes. You're still working in those changes. Right here, right now, I don't see anything that has to do with these bad habits that Scorpio's doing. So if they're really trying to play on some old stuff, then see it for what it is. See them for what they are. And like I said, be gentle and take care of yourself. And let's work up a new plan. A new plan on how to deal with this. One that brings the wisdom from what you learn, but also gives you a new direction to go. All right, so let's go ahead and round this out with the conclusion. What is it that will help the block for the Scorpio community? All right, I got 2 cards here. We're on the flip side. On the flip side, extremes. Extremes. So maybe we need to cool down. Instead of reacting, maybe take a walk. Take a walk and cool down. Cool down from what's happening. Cool down from all these triggers being amplified by this other energy. Seeing that you can trust in yourself. That you have been guiding yourself all along in your subconscious. Trying to make sure that wherever you go is a safe space. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with wanting to feel secure where you're at. Wanting to have that security in the people that are around you, in the foundations that you surround yourself with. Having that trust. If you got to say goodbye to some individuals because they can't get any act right, deuce. What's that again? Bye, Felicia. All right, few more cards. Sovereignty. So this right here means really handling you looking at this situation, this person, and doing it with the utmost highest, with a diplomatic view. Like I said, not just reacting to them, because if you're gonna sit here and just react to them, oh, that's feeding them. That's making them feel like they so much better. Nobody's better than anyone else. Nobody. Seeing the growth. Seeing the growth that you have made. Time in and time out. Even if there were mistakes. Even if there were many mistakes. You still came back and you're still trying. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Your story is not up for their narrative. That was an ancestor. And that ancestor really means it. Don't let them defy who you are through their narrative. All right, 2 more cards. 2 more cards. Pleasure. This lands in reverse and it lands on ego. Same stuff, different day. Wheel of Fortune and the Star. Open up. Open up to the pleasures of being able to come at one with yourself. Seeing how much you really have been working hard on your journey. Nobody's perfect, and that's okay. Nature isn't perfect, and it's the most beautiful thing out there. It could be the most chaotic, it could be the most beautiful, it could be many things. We are all more than just our past. Don't forget that. Those are just stepping stones. Right now, this individual is a stepping stone. Now I kind of am getting the hint why all the water signs wanted to come out first. We really got to talk about y'all stepping stones here. Just imagine their head as you're stepping up to where you need to go. I'm just playing. But however you got to do it, they're your stepping stones. Alright, so I got 3 more for you. I keep looking away because I'm on a time limit right now. I have a offspring who should be showing up. So, seeing that your abundance can be brought in a different way, seen in a different way. Seeing how you are gentle with the things around you and how you attract others. If you was a sour individual, then you would have to find ways to lure others in. I don't think you have to lure anybody else in. Again, this bad season, this non-good crop, dealing with these combative energies, they're here to help you provide that wisdom, those stepping stones to understanding the universal energy, the karmic cycles, stuff in those realms. And then what I have here is self-reflection. This one was in reverse. I feel like this has to do with those emotions again. Those emotions. Being able to find a safe place to release them, to process them, to be hand in hand in that reflection. A lot of times it's easy to be a critic of ourselves and our past mistakes, but it's really hard to hold ourselves with a gentleness. Right now, this is what that new moon is asking us to do, is to be gentle, to take time to give to ourselves. Give yourself permission to feel. How do you feel? Why do you feel? See what is outside afterwards, the feelings once you start to process that bigger picture. How sometimes in the moments when you're feeling triggered, those emotions are like right there, feeling like they're gonna be right over the top of you. But when you give time to process them, when you give time to be gentle with them, to be gentle with yourself, you start to see, or you start to get out of the thick of it. Be gentle when you reflect. Be very gentle. All right, Scorpio community. This is a beautiful story. I feel like this is one that could definitely shape the Scorpio's path from here on out, in a sense where they feel like they have it together a little bit more, where they're able to check in with themselves. And they can call out some flunky who's just trying to come in and just bring issues. Bring issues because they don't even have it together themselves. They're upside down with their traditions. Don't forget that. Don't forget, insecure, low vibrational people feed off of others' energies. Don't forget though, this is all for entertainment purposes. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. And I hope you enjoyed this story. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.